Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy, Simeon Russell. Tonight, Allonzo Trier's mother, Marcie Trier, she's going to tell her story. Give a little bit of background history of her and Zoe. Make sure you check it out. All proceeds from tonight's episode will support the WIN program. That's Women in Need, which is the largest provider of shelter and supportive housing for homeless families in New York City. You can donate right now by clicking on the CrowdRise link in the description. Please dig in your pocket, show a little bit of support, invest in your community, ladies and gentlemen. Let's rock. Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. And you heard what I said just a minute ago about the Built for This campaign. Tonight on the show, Allonzo Trier's mother will be here. She'll be talking to us, have a nice conversation with us, and we'll be raising funds for the WIN program. So make sure you help us out there. The Knicks look to rebound tonight. They'll be playing against the Boston Celtics, who are currently on a hot streak. I think they've won 3 in a row. The Celtics are looking to climb back into the upper echelon of the East. Right now, the Toronto Raptors look like they got it locked down, while the Boston Celtics are trying to climb back into that, like I said, into that upper echelon. This is a good game for the Knicks. We beat the Celtics the last time out, so you know the Celtics are looking for revenge. Both teams have different starting lineups since the last meeting. And look, the Knicks have been playing well lately. Right? We lost, we won 3 in a row, then we lost 2, then we came back and had a nice win versus the Milwaukee Bucks. And then we gave up the lead and dropped 1 to the Washington Wizards. So now let's see if we can respond. Fizz, through all of my criticisms of Fizz and the offense, he has the guys playing inspired. And I guess, at the least, that's all we can ask, is that they're playing inspired. Let's look at the team comparison. The Knicks, 8-17. The Boston Celtics are 13-10. Like I said, they're on a 3-game win streak. The Knicks score 108.9 points per game. The Celtics 108.5. They're close in field goal percentage. The Knicks are 43.8. The Boston Celtics 44.5. From the arc, the Knicks 34.4. The Boston Celtics 36%. Of course, the Knicks are the lowest team in the league, the worst team in the league in getting assists. Average only 19.1 assists a game. The Boston Celtics, 24.9 assists. Of course, they got one of them guys over there. That guy, Kyrie Irving, who can get an assist, get a bucket, and can almost do whatever he wants on the court. Turnovers. The Knicks average just 14.8 turnovers a game. The Boston Celtics are even lower with 23.6 turnovers per game. Nice assist-to-turnover ratio with the Boston Celtics. 24.9 assists per game. Only 13.6 turnovers per game. And then, of course, we all know the Boston Celtics. As far as defensive rating is concerned, the Celtics are second in the league at 103.1. The Knicks' defensive rating is 111.8. I know Fizdale is trying to get the guys there. They're trying to get the guys to be a top 10 defensive team, but we just don't have defensive type players. One of our top defensive players is on the bench. Doesn't look like he's going to be getting off the bench. Of course, that's going to be a topic of conversation in the chat, I'm pretty sure. Rebounds per game. The Knicks are 45.9. The Celtics are 45.8. The Knicks average 7.2 steals a game. The Celtics 8.2. And the Celtics average 5.2 blocks. Both teams average 5.2 blocks per game. And listen, that's really risen for the Knicks. If you recall, early in the beginning of the season, the Knicks were last in the league in blocks. since inserting Mitch Robinson into the lineup. Not the starting lineup. Well, he was in the starting lineup, but since inserting Mitch Robinson into the rotation, you know, the blocks have definitely risen over the last few weeks. But the biggest difference between the Knicks and the Celtics is the defense, ladies and gentlemen. That's the biggest difference. Celtics with a 103.1 defensive rating. The Knicks defensive rating is 111.8. The biggest difference. And you know, the Knicks are going to have to contend with that defense. They did it once. So they can probably do it again. But we're going to have to contend with that tough defense. But listen, we've played a couple of tough defenses this year. The Boston Celtics, we played twice so far. We played the Memphis Grizzlies. Right? Two teams with very tough, aggressive type defenses. And we've played well. So maybe this is something that's a little bit more suited to our style of play. I don't know. You know, or maybe we just rise to the occasion because both teams, you know, the Memphis Grizzlies were at the time, you know, one of the top teams in the West. And, you know, the Celtics, of course, are supposed to be the top team in the East. At least at the beginning of the season, they were supposed to be the top team in the East. You know, so maybe we just rise to the occasion. But so far with gritty type of teams, we've done well. We'll see if we can continue that trend tonight. Try to pull out a win in Beantown. Right? It's going to be tough because the Knicks were playing in Beantown, like I just said. And it's on TNT. Right? Guys like Kyrie Irving, they know how to rise to the occasion when they're playing on TNT, right? And you're playing a rival, and you feel a little bit desperate because you know you should be a little bit higher in the standings. Guys like Kyrie will rise to the occasion. Marcus Smart too. Guys like that, they got a little bit of grit in them. We'll see if we have it. I don't know. You know, they got a little bit of just that killer instinct. Marcus Smart has more grit than Kyrie, but they got a little bit of that killer in them that just says, okay, this is my time to show out. We'll see if we have it. Who on our team can match that? I don't know. Trier, I think Trier can match it. Trier has that in him. You can see it. Right? Trier has that type of, he has it in him. I was talking to his mother last night. She said he loved playing in Maryland because he loved the East Coast grit. Right? Because, you know, he went to Montrose Christian in Silver Spring, Maryland, Allonzo Trier. And he loved that East Coast grit. You know, he has it in him. He definitely does. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. All right. Both starting lineups are a little bit different from what they were, you know, just a few weeks ago when they played. You know, for the Knicks is more so due to, you know, just changing up the lineups because, you know, Fizz is doing his Fizz thing. And for the Celtics, you know, you got some issues with injuries and so on. The lineups, projected lineups for tonight. And listen, this could change. By the time you listen to this or watch this and the game starts, these lineups could change. The Knicks start with Emmanuel Mudiay, Tim Hardaway Jr., Mario Hezonja, Noah Vonleh, and Enes Kanter. These lineups have seemed to work well for the Knicks recently. For the Celtics, Kyrie Irving, Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, Marcus Morris, and Al Horford. Now, tonight's lineups for the Knicks, they're interesting. Why are they interesting? They're interesting because Fizdale has said after the 25th game, the Knicks, he would have a lineup. He'd settle in on a lineup. Right? You know, we've all complained and you know, hollered about the lineups changing and all these type of things. Well, this is the 26th game. So it's, you know, at least let's watch it and see. You know, listen, he can change at any time. Maybe he's still not settled in. We don't know. But if we're taking him for his word, And so far, he has lived up to his word for some things. Some things I'm a little shaky about. You know, he said he was going to let Ntilikina be Ntilikina, but now he wants him to do, well, and rightfully so, right? Rightfully so that he wants him to score a little bit more. I get it. That's rightfully so. Right? But so far, he's kind of lived up to his word on some things. I would like to see a little bit more of the structure that he talked about, but maybe that's coming. You know, I'm gonna be patient. I'll complain about it, but I'll be patient. So let's see. After 25 games, is this his, whatever the lineups that come out tonight, is this what he settled on? Is this what he settled on? So it's something that's definitely worth watching tonight. You know, to see if these are lineups that he's settled in on. Let's move on to a few key matchups for tonight. And I have a couple of key matchups, right? Because I just do. My first key matchup, Kyrie Irving, Emmanuel Mudiay. This is a big one for Mudiay, right? Mudiay's been, you know, for the season, Mudiay's averaging 12 points per game, 2.9 rebounds per game, 2.6 assists per game. 46.8% from the field, 35.8% from three. Kyrie Irving shoots 48.1% from the field, 22 points per game, 3.6 rebounds per game, 6.4 assists per game, 38.8% from three. The last time the Knicks and the Celtics played, Kyrie was kind of quiet throughout the game, and then he came on. But, you know, Kyrie is Kyrie. He can turn it on whenever he wants to, for the most part. Emmanuel Mudiay, though, over the last 10 games, his points per game has been up to about 15, about 3 rebounds, about the same. Everything's about the same except for the points. He's been up to about 15 points per game. You know, we'll see if he can. We need Mudiay to make Kyrie work. You're not going to stop Kyrie. We know that. You got to make the guy work. Make him work hard for his shots. And that's a tough thing to do because Kyrie's handle is crazy. He can he's explosive. He can knock down the triple. He can knock down the mid-range. He can go to the cup. That's just a tough dude to stop. Tough dude to stop. So Mudiay definitely has his work cut out for him. And so will, you know, Trier may see some time on Kyrie as well. Trier is the one guy that can possibly make Kyrie do some work. Well, Mudiay too, because Mudiay can be explosive. But you know Trier can make Kyrie work. You're saying make Kyrie work, make Kyrie tired. If you can. I like to see Trier and Kyrie matched up for a little bit. Let Trier go at Kyrie. Right? Let him go at Kyrie. We know that Trier is playing some backup point guard, but give him the freedom to go at Kyrie just a little bit. Make Kyrie work. Make Kyrie feel it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Zoe got those. He got some handle himself. It's not Kyrie handle, but he's got some handle himself. You know what I mean? Another key matchup tonight that I think we need to pay attention to, Mario Hezonja and Jason Tatum. And it may not just be Mario Hezonja and Jason Tatum, but this is a big matchup for Mario. Right? Mario's starting to play better. He wants to prove that he belongs here in New York. He wants to prove, well, not that he just belongs in New York, that he belongs in the NBA. Mario wants to prove that he can be amongst the elite young guys in the NBA, right? Because he's still a young guy. He hasn't proved it so far this season. You know, it's been a disappointment. Fizdale is happy about his defense. You know, thinks he's doing the right things defensively. Offensively, he hasn't found that groove yet, but it looks like he's getting there. Right now, Mario Hezonja shoots 38.1% from the field, 8 points per game, 3.5 rebounds per game, 1.1 assists per game. Shoots 26.4% from three. Jason Tatum, on the other hand, he's having a down sophomore year. Right? I don't know if you want to say it's down. Let's just say teams know about him now. So this is going to be different. Right? Teams know about him a little bit more. So, you know, it's going to be a little bit different for him. He's averaging 16 points per game, 6.6 rebounds per game, 1.9 assists per game, shooting 44.6% from the field, 39.8% from three. The guy's a talent. He's a marvel. You know, we've talked about it before. Danny Ainge pulled off, you know, something sweet when he traded down to get Jason Tatum and let Philadelphia take Markelle Fultz. Something sweet. We heard the news about Markelle Fultz in his shoulder. We don't know how much that's going to impact the rest of his career, but I forgot the exact diagnosis. You can go look it up. You know, but you know, he has some diagnosis that constricts the movement of his shoulder. So, you know, that's tough for his career. Explains his shooting. Another key matchup, and I think this is a key. This is definitely a key, a big one. Cantor and Al Horford, two guys that's kind of your traditional centers. Al Horford can spread it to the three a little bit, but you know, these guys are your traditional guys. And that's Cantor's averaging 15 points per game, 12 rebounds a game, 2.1 assists per game. Shoots 54.1% from the field, 27% from three. He doesn't pull too many threes, but he's shooting 27% from what he did pull. Al Horford, 12 points per game, 6.1 rebounds per game, 3.4 assists per game. Shoots 48% from the field, shoots 34% from three. Al Horford can also give you 1.5 blocks per game. Al Horford he's a professional's professional, man. You know, he comes to work and just does his job. Just does his job. He's the kind of guy you really do want to have around, you know, young people. That's why the Celtics have something nice over there, because they got a great mix of young veterans, good leaders, and young players. Hopefully we get to that point, you know, and that's where our guys and I know Courtney Lee and Lance Thomas, they're not Al Horford, right? But that's where our vets, those two guys, are really instrumental. And you know, I'm sure the chat, you guys will have a debate about it, but you know, those guys can be instrumental. You need some young guys. You know, so many people want to overlook their importance, their impact. You know, to have some of those vets with these young guys. But that's what Al Horford is to his team. But also, he's a starter and he contributes. You know, and you know, him, Cantor, they're gonna battle it out. They're gonna battle it out down low. That's gonna be a good matchup, a fun matchup to watch. We need Cantor to win that rebounding battle, and he should. And he may win the points battle, but he definitely needs to win that rebounding battle, because the Knicks, we obviously shoot a low percentage from the field. We know that. We see that. It's climbing a little bit. We're getting a little bit better, but we shoot a low percentage. So those rebounds, those offensive rebounds are important. You know, a lot of people want to overlook and say that Cantor's what he does is hollow. But we can't overlook his ability to rebound on the offensive end. The Knicks are one of the top teams in second chance points in the league. That's because of Enes Kanter. And we need to be, because we're a poor shooting team. Right? So this is a big matchup, I think, for us. I think that's an important matchup. Keys to success, of course, rebounding is one of them, and I'm gonna get to the graphic in a minute. All right, you know, you'll see, you know, there'll be some things on there about points in the paint. There are a few things, you know, with keys to success. But one of the keys, and it's not going to be listed on the graphic that I'm going to put up, is just matching the Celtics' intensity. I think that's going to be a key, and maybe I should have put it on the graphic, but I didn't. But matching the Celtics' intensity is going to be a key, in my opinion. right? These guys know how to play on national TV. They know what to expect. The Knicks are young. We don't, you know, I think we've had, you know, we've been on NBA TV and ESPN. But, you know, TNT is prime time business, folks. You know what I mean? That's prime time. And, you know, we'll see how, and maybe they don't even think about the cameras and the lights. Maybe they won't. Some of them will, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they will. You know, so, you know, we need to match. We've got to match the Celtics intensity coming out. All right. If not, if we don't match their intensity, we could get blown out the building. And we don't want that at all. All right. Before I get to the keys to the game, let me just remind you. Tonight, after the Knicks and Celtics on TNT, Allonzo Trier's mother, Marcie Trier, she's going to be on the show. She's going to tell her story about her and Zoe. And everything we talk about, it's all leading to support ISO Zoe's Built for This campaign. And his Built for This campaign, as you know, he was selling shirts to support the Built for This campaign. So we're adding on, we're tacking on. The Built for This campaign supports the WIN program, Women in Need, which is the largest provider of shelter and supportive housing for homeless families in New York City. Simply put, folks, tonight, when you go to bed tonight, there's going to be about 56,000 people who sleep in homeless shelters in New York City. 26,000 of those will be children. So we're asking for your help, right? We're asking for your help. Instead of giving me a super chat, don't give me a super chat. No super chats tonight. I want you to take that money, go to the link that's in the description, and it'll be in the chat box to CrowdRise. Right? There's a link to CrowdRise in the description right now. It'll be in the chat box. It'll pop up on your screen with the little I button that's up there. And donate. Donate to the women in need. Right? Please donate to this program. No super chats tonight. I just want you to take that money and put it to the Women in Need program. Through CrowdRise, it goes directly to Women in Need. Right? It'll go directly to that program. I know you guys will. You know, you guys did it the last time. I know you guys will do it again. And we'll have this CrowdRise link will be available for at least a week. All right, we'll try to raise $1,000 to help support the program. Let's get to the keys of the game, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, let's make it hard on Kyrie. That's their guy. He's the engine. He keeps it moving. He keeps it going. Let's make it tough on him. You're not going to stop him completely. That's out of the question. You know it's out the question. I know it's out the question. But we can make it tough on him. We can make him work for everything that he's going to get on both sides of the floor. That's why Allonzo Trier is going to be important in this game. Right? We need Allonzo Trier to make Kyrie work. Go at him. Moutier, go at him. Make him work on the defensive side of the floor. On the other end of the floor, make it tough for him. That's all we can ask. Make it tough for him to score. Right? If we can hold him to a low percentage shooting, then you've done your job. I know a lot of people are going to say Frank needs to be on him tonight. We'll see how Fizz feels about it. I mean, from everything that I'm hearing, it doesn't sound to me like Frank's going to get in. Really. You know, everything that I hear when I listen to Fizz, he says, yeah, I got Frank. I haven't forgotten about Frank. Right? He's right there for me. He needs to be ready when I need him. He didn't say nothing about him being in the rotation. You know, Frank may be out of the rotation, man, for a little bit. Might be out of the rotation for a little bit. And we're going to get to some trade rumors in just a bit about Frank Ntilikina. Let's continue the keys to the game, or the keys to development. Because like Fizz said, we're chopping down that tree. We're using the axe. We're chopping down the tree. So every game is a chop. Right? And we're going to focus on that. And we're going to learn from it. Rebound. We got to rebound the ball. Right, it's going to be important for us tonight, in my opinion. You know, they're not a crazy rebounding team. They're, you know, about the same as us. But we need to rebound the basketball. We're a low percentage shooting team, especially on the offensive end. Let's not let them get out and get easy points. Right? We need as many points as possible. I skipped over take care of the ball. Let me get back to it. We need as many points as possible. Or as many possessions as possible. Let's say that. Right? Because we're playing a tough defensive team. A tough defensive team where it's going to be hard to score. So we've got to take care of the ball. Those two things, take care of the ball and rebound. These are some big keys tonight. Because if we don't take care of the ball and we do not rebound, we're done. We'll be blown out the building. All right? We'll be blown out the building. All right, we got to take care of the ball. We got to rebound. We got to keep them out the paint. All right, the Celtics, points in the paint, they're last in the league. But you know what? The Knicks, opponents' points in the paint for the Knicks, we're almost last in the league. We give up 51.7 points in the paint. Let's not let them get off. Let's not let Kyrie go crazy and get to the rack. The last few games, we've been letting teams get to the rack on us. Right? Getting to the rack. And, you know, if we do that, you can forget about this game. You can forget about it. Execute down the stretch. Playing a team that's got some vets that knows how to get it done. We got to execute down the stretch. All right, we got to try to get it done. In the fourth quarter versus the Wizards, we missed free throws. We didn't exactly execute down the stretch. We tried to make a run, but we didn't exactly execute down the stretch. I had a hard time dealing with Wall and Beal. As a matter of fact, John Wall, after having really an off-shooting night, finished it off with the dagger 3. All right, so let's execute down the stretch. Let's get that done. Let's see if we can get it done. This is the next step to our evolution as a team, development as a team, consistently executing down the stretch. You know, one night we do it, next night we don't. Consistent, and you're not, even when you execute down the stretch, you're not going to win all the games. Right? But bad turnovers, missing free throws, things like that, we got to take it out of the equation. Take it out of the equation. My prediction for tonight, I think that the Knicks will make it a tight game. I don't think we're going to pull it out. We're going to need an X factor, I think, to pull it out. Someone like Allonzo Trier to come up with a big night. Kevin Knox, you know, he's someone who didn't have much of an impact in the last 2 games. We need him to have an impact tonight. You know, I mean, honestly, the Celtics, well, both teams are playing two different teams. You know, the Celtics are playing a different Knicks. The Knicks are playing a different Celtics right now. You know, so it's hard to say what this game is going to be like. All right. But I think the Celtics are going to take this one. I think they're going to take it. Trade rumors. We're going to get to this real quick. I know you've already heard about it. So I'm just going to touch on it. I'm not going to go deep into it. We know about Frank. You know, he's not in the rotation right now. So teams rumored to be interested in Frank. Orlando, Phoenix, Memphis, Brooklyn. Brooklyn has denied any interest in Frank Ntilikina or Damian Dotson. These are teams that are rumored to have interest in Frank Ntilikina. Now, I seen a report today to say that the Knicks are not, have not put out any word to the league that they're looking to trade Frank Ntilikina, which I'm glad. I'm entirely glad about that. Other things have been out that the Knicks are possibly saving Frank Ntilikina to try to build assets so we can trade for John Wall. And I'm going to say this. I'll leave it here. I like John Wall. He's cool. But I'm not with that contract. Not at all. I don't want to see it. John Wall makes like 18, 19 million this year. Then it jumps up crazy. I don't have the graphic here, but I'll throw it up there tonight in the post game. Jumps up. Then the next 3-4 years, he's making 41 million, over $40 million a season. I'm not sure John Wall is worth that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe some people differ. I'm not ready to take that. I'm not ready to do that right now. You know what I mean? And it's not about Frank Ntilikina. It's about John Wall's contract. That I'm just not comfortable taking that contract at this point. So you know what? I don't think the Knicks are. I don't think Scott Perry and Steve Mills are comfortable with taking that contract right now. I don't think that's even on the table. Obviously, it's something that's out there. But I don't think that's on the table at all. Again, teams rumored to be interested in Frank. Orlando, Phoenix, Memphis, Brooklyn. Brooklyn denies it. And then possibly included in a trade for John Wall. And then I hear, you know, some other teams on the West Coast are interested. Another guy, you know, heard someone who says that there are teams on the West Coast that are interested and they could be taking the next steps. It is what it is, man. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens there. But anyway, I'm out, ladies and gentlemen. You guys enjoy the game. I will catch you at the post game. All right? I'll catch you at the post game analysis. And please don't forget, tonight, Allonzo Trier's mother is going to be on the show with us. We're raising money for the WIN program. I've said it many times. You know what it is. I'm going to throw it on the screen so you can take a look at it. And then I'm out of here. All right. There it is. It's on the screen. You see it. Women in Need. The largest provider of shelter and supportive housing for homeless families in NYC. We're raising money for it. Trying to raise $1,000 for it. If we can raise it tonight, that's great. If not, the CrowdRise link will be available for about a week. And you can help us raise money. I'll catch y'all later, folks. Peace.